use the tongue positively. It don't make sense you use it negatively and destroy the brother, destroy the sister, and then you will expect that you will reach where you want to go. You cannot. Destruction will reach you on the way because of how you use your tongue. But the more you use your tongue positively to promote health, and health is not only in yourself or with yourself, but health with the other person. Health about the other person. Wish something good about the other person. You see somebody growing in the gospel. Promote them, man. Use the tongue to promote them. Don't use the tongue to destroy them. You know, you can see if they make a mistake. Don't tear them down. Show them, say, boy, you make this error. This is the way you should do it because what? You are promoting health. And this is how we should use the tongue in a positive way. The second positive way in which I want to highlight is that let the truthful lip shall be established forever. And we are in Proverbs 12 and verse 18 still. It's still there where it said, but the tongue of the wise is health. Verse 19 said, the lip of truth shall be established forever. Right? Verse 19 of Proverbs 12 tells you that the lip of truth shall be established forever. So it's once you keep on speaking the truth, you will always be established. You're established forever. So even though people will not like you when you speak the truth, people will not support you, people will not crowd you, people will not pat you on the shoulder, people will not even say you are doing well when you are saying the truth. But keep on doing the truth and it will establish you. Because you see, when you continue with the truth, then somebody will come one day and realize that what you are saying is right. This is why Nebuchadnezzar had to bow to Daniel's God. Because Daniel continued to speak the truth. His lips were the lips of truth. So therefore, it established him forever. It's the same thing happened to Joseph. Joseph's lips were the lips of truth, so it established him. And this is how we as believers must learn to establish each other with the lips of truth. The third positive way use of the tongue is found in Proverbs 18 and verse 20. Proverbs 18 verse 20, it says, the man's stomach shall be satisfied from the fruit of his mouth. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. That's verse 20 of Proverbs 18. A man's belly shall be filled with the fruit, shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. That means a man of moral standing, a man of moral settings will be satisfied, will be filled with whatsoever cometh out of his mouth. This is what comes out of your mouth. Whatever you use the tongue to say, this is what will fill you, this is what will establish you. Because as the consequence of using the wrong word, it will destroy you. But when you use the right word, it will satisfy you. It will let you feel good. So this is why it's important to use the right word. Let the tongue speak the right things at all times in order that it will satisfy your stomach. Because if it satisfies the stomach with negativeness, it will breathe forth negativeness. But if you satisfy the stomach with positiveness, it will breathe forth positiveness. So anything that you satisfy the stomach with, this is what? Anything that you put in the heart, if the heart generates evil, this is what going to come out. You can't get out good when evil is in the heart. It don't matter how hard you try. If you don't take out the evil out of your heart, every time you open your mouth to speak, evil going to come out. Because what is in the heart is what might spill over. Because the heart, if you put gas in a diesel engine, that vehicle won't function. It may start and move, but it's not going too far because the engine is going to be damaged because of what you put there. And then this is what's going to come out. What you put in going to come out. So when it starts to come out, if you just put it in and don't make it come out, no problem. But you see, once you go so with the ignition, it's going to start bring up what you put in. So it's not so much that you put in gas in a diesel engine what going to cause the problem. It's because you start to let it come out. The moment you switch that ignition, it bring up that gas. And that gas is going to come out and damage the engine. So if you just put it in and you never ignite the engine, you could just easily open back the gas tank and empty it and no damage to your engine because it did not start to come out. And this is why it's important you know what you put in your stomach. And stomach, I'm not talking about the natural stomach now, but I'm talking about that spiritual stomach. Be careful of what goes down there, because when it goes down, you're going to want to bring it up, and when you start bringing it, this is when it's going to defile you. Because if it goes down there, and you don't bring it up, then it won't defile you. But the moment you bring it up, it's going to defile you, because you'll be judged by what you bring up, what your lips say. So the fourth positiveness of the tongue is Colossians chapter 4. Colossians chapter 4 and verse 5. Colossians 4 verse 5. If you find it before me, you can read it. Colossians 4 and verse. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Sorry, verse 6, sorry. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how we ought to answer every man. This is a positive use of the tongue which all believers should practice. This is one positiveness that even if you don't try the other one, this is one that all should endeavor to practice. Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt. Why we should always let this happen? Why? So that we may know how we ought to answer every man. When our speech is with grace, then we will know that a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So we don't want to stir up no anger, so we're going to say something kind, we're going to say something loving, we're going to use a nice word, and we're going to tell somebody about Jesus, because our speech are with grace and seasoned with salt. So this is how we should behave at all times. Our speech should be pleasant. It should be there that we never lose any virtue out of it. We should always be there. And every time we are about to answer, ask yourself the question, how would I like them to answer me? Or how would Jesus answer them? You will notice when Jesus is confronted and when Jesus is asked a question, what Jesus do? Jesus don't instantly answer no. He paused and he look into the mind. He look into the mind of the individual. He searched the mind and said, why is this person asking this question? What is their motive to ask this question? And if you can just put yourself in that position, in the mind of the person, and think about why the person asks, then you will not answer wrongly. But you know that some people ask, is to trap you, Some people ask a certain question is to sink you. Or to let somebody know that you know more than him. You know more than him, And then I go and say, you know more than him, watch me and him, And they try to belittle you. So some people ask some questions to belittle you. So if you are hasty in answering, you're going to find yourself in a wrong position because you're going to answer wrong. And then you're going to say, sweet, I tell you, say no. In the no, now let me talk, in the no, nothing. See, one question you ask, you can't answer. But you see, if